Listen, hey, don't get mad at me. Indiana Fever, don't get mad at me. I came to the Fever with Caitlin. If Caitlin get snatched by the New York Liberty, I'm from New York, New York.
At last, we have a squad and athletes who truly know what they're looking at, the Liberty of New York. When greatness enters their building, Sabrina Ionescu, Breanna Stewart, and coach Sandy Brondello recognize it. They don't despise it. They make no effort to minimize it. They honor it.
They made it clear that they want Caitlin Clark, or they're eventually going to want Caitlin Clark. Along those lines, they made it very, very clear. And that team is the New York Liberty. And today, we have just seen the New York Liberty players, after the game, meeting up with Caitlin Clark. It is Stewie. It is Sabrina Ionescu. There is Sandy Brondello. And by the way, Stewie is not leaving New York the rest of her career. That is one thing that I will be 99% sure of. The Stewie is not leaving.
And you know what? Shockwaves have been caused by the released video of Caitlin Clark meeting with the Liberty Stars following their game. Through the WNBA world, and with good reason, this is a club that understands. They are aware that they are examining the. They're not too resentful to acknowledge the future of women's basketball.
We got secret meetings going on, y'all. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Yeah, Caitlin Clark had a secret meeting, a little powwow, just a little powwow with the New York Liberty post-game. Listen, I'm not saying it's everything, but it damn sure ain't nothing. I think it's more like something. I think it's something, y'all. We better pay close attention to this. If I'm the Indiana Fever, you better tighten up. You better get your...
While every other W team appears committed to acting as though Caitlin Clark isn't the only one. Bearing the weight of their entire league on her shoulders, what the Liberty players are doing out here is revolutionary. Granting credit where it is due. With such range, Breanna Stewart described her as a knockdown shooter. She admitted that everyone would always know where you are on the court when you are the top selection. Here's the worst part, though. I think us up here, it's respect. She remarked, she's an excellent player. Be irrespectful. That term appears to be absent from all other locker rooms in this league.
I think there is a 50-50 chance Caitlin Clark leaves Indiana after her rookie season. No, after her rookie contract is up. Because I have a feeling that with all the restricted free agency and everything, I think they're going to try to get rid of all coring out of the CBA. I don't think coring is going to be a thing. in the CBA. And obviously, look, you're going to have to core players. And they're going to have to core Aaliyah a year earlier than Caitlin. And if they're scared Aaliyah's going to leave, and if they're like, oh, we want to core and trade Caitlin, then Aaliyah leaves for nothing. And Caitlin leaves for nothing. So it's a bit...
And Breanna Stewart isn't the only one when it comes to Caitlin. Sabrina Ionescu has been nothing but elegant. Clark, according to her, Clark's contribution to the game goes much beyond simply turning up to play. She was aware of the Clark effect. Will be felt even if she isn't playing. This is a player acknowledging the influence of another player on the game. They are both in love.
You know, just trying to be that kind of soundboard for her and that voice, having gone through something kind of similar and, you know, knowing obviously it's really unfortunate that we don't have her, but, you know, she means a lot more to the game than just showing up and playing. And I think you're able to see that with just the excitement in Indy right now, regardless of if she's playing or not.
Other players in the league, however, are too preoccupied with jealousy to notice that Clark is elevating the whole tide. The Liberty Stars understand. They are aware that Clark's presence in the league makes everyone better, attracts more followers, revenue, and opportunities.
But this is how it starts in sports. This is how it starts in the NFL. This is how it starts in the NBA. When you start seeing the wheels in motion, there's signs. There's signs before eventually a player gets traded. A player eventually marks their next destination. The Indiana Fever, you're on notice. You're on notice. You better recognize what you've got going on. the asset in front of you, and you do whatever you have to do to correct what is.
But let's discuss that meeting, shall we? Given that picture of Caitlin Clark with Sabrina Ionescu, her agent. After the Liberty defeated the Fever, Breanna Stewart and coach Sandy Brondello had a serious chat in the tunnel. Amongst rivals, that's business. You know what it stands for. It stands for a group that acknowledges talent and doesn't hesitate to display it, while other teams and athletes still despise Clark and won't acknowledge her, and pretend that the Liberty are intelligent enough to not be responsible for their increased salaries this year. Must recognize the writing on the wall.
Coach, obviously Caitlin Clark out of the game, but she's expressed her desire to help you out. From the coaching perspective, have you gotten anything about maybe her traits as a coach?
Yeah, not yet. No, obviously unfortunate about Caitlin's not into this game, but she's going to still have a great impact on this team. I will give the coaching hat to her as much as she wants, to be quite honest. So, we're going to play around with it a little bit. It'll be fun to... I think you've seen it with the Fever. She's been very active on the sideline when she wasn't playing, so we'll utilise that as well.
Please subscribe if you're having fun. The New York Liberty have a chance to win a championship. They are the current WNBA champions. They currently boast the league's finest defense and offense. They're designed to win titles, not only take part in them. You know what else they have? They're smart enough to understand that Caitlin Clark would make them unstoppable. Just picture Clark in that Liberty lineup. Imagine Breanna and Clark running together. Sabrina Ionescu and Stewart. Imagine if Clark's teammates truly understood her basketball style. IQ rather than attempting to slow her down.
Caitlin Clark might be on her way out. She let it be known. Y'all saw her trade Cheryl Reeves on national TV for Sandy Brondello. Y'all saw her trade Cheryl Reeves for the Liberty coach on national TV and flat out humiliate Cheryl Reeves. The New York Liberty have let it be known long ago that they want Caitlin Clark. Have you seen the New York Liberty playing dirty against Caitlin Clark? No. Have you seen them flagrant fouling and knocking her all over the place? No. They playing a long game. While the Fever and everybody else is playing checkers, the Liberty been playing chess this whole goddamn...
This is the lovely part. If Clark joined the Liberty, rival fans would go insane. Because deep down, everyone knows what that would mean for the remainder of the league. It would signify game over. With Clark on the lineup, the Liberty, who are already favorites to win the championship, become much more formidable. That's dominance in basketball. Every team needs Clark, but most teams are too obstinate, too blind, or too envious to recognize it.
But the Liberty have shown her love. We've seen that as a bit of a theme. There was the moment between Stewie and Clark when Clark came back from injury the first time. And then there were some nice words. I missed the moment myself of them posted up there for a second. But there were some nice words from Liberty coach Sandy Brondello that I did capture. And I thought they were...
Is it possible? Why not? Caitlin Clark is free to play for anybody she wants and do anything she wants. She is deserving of that. She is the biggest star in women's basketball, the reason arenas sell out, and the reason ticket prices have surged. The cause of the dramatic rise in TV ratings. She is not obligated to a franchise that doesn't value what they have. There are clubs out there who would treat her like a superstar if that encounter with the Liberty is any indication. She is. Let's discuss the disparity in the interim. The New York Liberty are on one side. Coaches and athletes commend Caitlin. Clark respected her and acknowledged her greatness. The remainder of the league is on the other side, behaving like a group of envious middle schoolers. She was ranked 9th among guards by the players for the All-Star game. Instead of creating game plans, coaches are generating excuses. When she requests explanations during calls, referees ignore her. It is utterly pitiful.
The moment with Caitlin in the second quarter, how did you look back on that moment? Did you get a lot of texts from friends or DMs?
No.
How do you react to that? Yeah.
I mean, I think in the moment it was shot clock was going down, right? I know she wants to go left to shoot the three, so trying to be as close as I can, but she was deep out there, and when she made it, she was just kind of laughing, and I was laughing. It was a great shot. It was a tough shot, and it's one of those ones where you're and you go to the other end, and I'm happy. I'm seeing a lot of great sportsmanship. Love that.
Rich Eisen said it just right. Players, coaches, and even officials are envious when it comes to Caitlin Clark. Dick Vitale described it as pure jealousy. Coach K stated that she has had to deal with jealousy and criticism during the course of her career. These aren't just excuses from Clark fans. These reputable basketball pundits are pointing out what everyone are able to see with their own eyes. And you're curious about the most annoying aspect. While Clark is being hated by players, she's out there enriching everyone. Attendance at the WNBA has increased by 156%. 94% of the games are sold out. The average number of viewers is 1.32 million. Better facilities, higher pay, and charter flights were all made possible by Caitlin. Clark attracted attention to the league, the freedom, possessed the skill, the coaching, the front desk, and above all, the attitude to make the most of Clark's contributions. They wouldn't waste her time on insignificant limitations or attempt to alter her strategy. They would construct around her.
Dick Vitale has spoke. This is how you feel about the WNBA players voting Caitlin Clark the 9th best guard in the league. Absolutely pure jealousy that the WNBA players voted Caitlin Clark the 9th best guard. Someday, they will realize what she has done for all the players in the WNBA. Charted planes, increasing salary, sold out crowd.
Indiana needs to pay heed. Caitlin Clark is a blessing for the Fever, but they must start acting like it. They must demonstrate that she is more important than any other member on the team. The minutes must be given to her. She is deserving. According to Clark, she dislikes minute constraints. She played 35.4 minutes a game on average as a novice, and there's no reason to alter that. The most transformative player has been assigned to the Indiana Fever in the history of women's basketball. Additionally, they've spent 2 seasons attempting to create a championship culture around her rather than to determine the best way to utilize her. It wasn't casual conversation following a game when an agent for a player is involved. That's the topic of discussion in tunnel talks with elite players and opposing coaches. That's the Liberty expressing to Clark their appreciation for her worth, respect for her game, and willingness to extend a warm welcome. Arms.
What's crazy is that her team lost the damn game, but Caitlin is all smiles. She's all smiles. She's all smiles. So many people is insinuating. They're insinuating that Caitlin Clark can be trying to get the hell out of Indy. Now, I ain't gonna hold you. Your boy John Liquidator definitely want her to get out of Indy, bro. And it's this photo right here that is really heating up.